Hello everyone, my name is Gabby, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super review. This time reviewing episode 41. Zeno, the ruler of all 12 universes, has arrived, interrupting everything. He says he was originally here to admonish Beerus and Champa for neglecting their duties as gods of destruction, but admits that he has enjoyed this whole tournament so much he doesn't mind anymore. In fact, he's now thinking of having another tournament with all 12 universes. Goku is thrilled, and with that idea, Zeno leaves. Beerus has won, which means he gets the 6 Super Dragon Balls. Bulma uses her radar to try and find the last one, and it turns out it was in the very planet that they were fighting on. So with that, all 7 Super Dragon Balls are collected, and Beerus wants to make a wish on them. They gathered the Dragon Balls and summoned Super Shenlong, an enormous golden dragon. And I mean enormous, it's bigger than galaxies. Beerus gets his wish granted by Super Shenlong. While he claims it's to get a comfier bed, the truth is, he wished for the Earth of Universe 6 to be restored to the same condition as in Universe 7. That way, Champa can have all the tasty Earth food he likes in his own universe. And with that, everyone returns home, waiting for the next adventure. So, what did I like about this episode? Well, first of all, the Super Dragon Balls and Super Shenlong. You know, I was going and talking all about how this arc seems to be with a lot of kind of anticlimaxes, but no, for what seems to be one of the first times in Super, or at least in this new arc, something is actually played straight, and that is, hey, if you get a whole bunch of really big Dragon Balls together, how big is the dragon gonna be? And the answer is really, really damn big. He's so big that it's bigger than galaxies, that he's so big that he actually swallows everyone up, and they have to go inside him to his core, where there's a smaller version of him, and that's where they get the wish. It's one of those really just ridiculous concepts, and it basically lived up to its own hype of just how ridiculous the dragon was going to be for these ridiculous Dragon Balls. So I'd say that was a success. I also really liked the wish on the Super Dragon Ball, and that was that Beerus used his wish. He could have gotten anything that he wanted, but he used that wish selflessly for Champa's sake, so Champa could have an Earth and he could have food. That's just such a nice wish. It shows that Beerus actually does care about his fat twin brother, and he actually does care about this food, and it's basically one of the first selfless things I think that Beerus has done in basically this entire series at this point. Beerus is undergoing character development. There's been a kind of subtle thing. Beerus has changed since the beginning of the series, but this is one of those moments where you can really tell how Beerus has changed. I don't think him at the start of Super would have ever wished for something like that. There was also that they kind of addressed that nice little subplot about Bulma and Beerus, and Bulma trying to get the Super Dragon Balls because not actually trusting Beerus to give a good actual wish that wasn't just gonna destroy the universe. I felt like it was a nice little callback to that episode, and it also really helped reaffirm that Beerus has changed and he's not as bad as Bulma thinks he was. As for what I didn't like about this episode, just the stuff with Zeno. There's nothing wrong with Zeno, there's nothing wrong with anything about Zeno, but the thing that kind of bugged me was Zeno was just so impressed at this tournament where he says that maybe when he was going to say he's going to do another tournament with all 12 universes competing. This is a cool idea, I guess, but it's just this is almost the end of this Universe 6 arc, and at this point, the way that they're foreshadowing it seems to be the very next arc is going to be another tournament arc. We just finished one tournament arc, and now it's directly leading into another tournament arc? I really hope that's not the case. I hope that this actual big sort of all 12 universe tournament, I hope this doesn't happen until quite a few episodes later. I hope there is an arc in the middle, because going from one tournament immediately to another tournament just seems so repetitive. You'd get sick of tournament arcs at that point. And I really hope that Super doesn't do that. Not to mention, if we go from one tournament to another tournament, it's gonna make me think, how exactly is this arc going to stand out? If we're just going to have it's going to be Universe 7 versus Universe 6 tournament, that's cool. But then the next arc is immediately going to be just like the same, just like the other arc, but bigger. It's at that point, this mini arc is going to have no identity. It's going to be almost skippable in a way, because it's probably not going to be as interesting or as high stakes or as many fights. And, for the first selling point of Dragon Ball Super, You don't want it to be forgettable at the end of the day. Like, seriously, this is the first original concept that's come out of Super, and I don't want this to be essentially something that's just discarded by the time we get to a new arc. Doing one tournament arc almost immediately after another tournament arc just seems really lazy. Speaking of lazy, also the fact that the last Super Dragon Ball was actually just in that planet that they're all on. I mean, I kind of get it. They wanted to use the Super Dragon Balls because they wanted Beerus to like do this wish, and so Champa could get what he wanted, and just to kind of just sort of end this arc off, like just sort of wrapping up all the loose ends. But that doesn't change the fact that that's still a very, very lazy option to choose. It's just like, oh, okay, well, so the last Super Dragon Ball could be literally anywhere, so what are we gonna do? It's just gonna be right in front of us. It doesn't matter. We're not going to actually like think about it. It's just gonna be the easiest option you can possibly think of how to get the last Super Dragon Ball. Like this is not very good or interesting writing. This is just kind of, it's lazy. But as for next episode, Goku and Monica seem to be fighting. The Monica farce seems to be continuing because someone who looks a lot like Monica is fighting Goku to finally get that long-awaited rematch. And I don't think it's actually Monica. This next episode seems to be it seems to be a very comedic episode. Feels like we're finally going to finish off the whole Monica subplot, and after that, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. So that was Dragon Ball Super episode 41. I mean, at least it progressed the plot. We got the Super Dragon Balls, everything's been really like wrapped up pretty nicely. It's just like I'm scared about what's going to happen later on, because there are some opportunities here. There's some things that they seem to be hinting that I'm not particularly excited about, and I just hope that everything, if it does end up happening, or whatever ends up happening, will be better than what I think it is. See, the thing is, I'm never really angry at Dragon Ball Super. I'm just kind of disappointed at it, in that sometimes I feel like it could do more and it doesn't do more. But either way, like, I just hope that whatever's going to happen next will be at least fun to watch. I guess that's my lowest possible expectation, and that actually, like, no matter what, Super seems to be fulfilling that. So this is Gabby, signing out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye, guys!